The first thing we need to do here is identify our niche or our customer avatar. Who do we want to work with and how do we want to help them? The cool thing about this, and particularly using all the different tools in Kahunas, is that the amount of problems that you can solve are virtually unlimited. I've got students working with alcoholism, working with female menstrual cycle disorders, working with professional soccer players, working with physique athletes, and every other niche in between. So when you find out who you want to work with, you're able to target marketing far more effectively, but also your solutions to their problems. And this leads to you becoming a subject matter expert where people seek you out rather than you having to go and reach out to people. So once you've identified your avatar or your ideal niche, the first thing you have to do is basically map out all the problems that you can imagine that niche having. And from this, you need to be quite creative. You're not just going to be looking at the physical problems, you can look at the physiological problems, you can look at the psychological problems, you can look at the environmental problems, and anything else in between to see where that person may struggle. Now, this can be a really overwhelming task for a lot of people. So using something like ChatGPT can be something that shorts that process very, very effectively and really starts to stimulate some thought. When you have this list, what you can start doing is start formulating the solutions for each level of that. So for example, if you're going to work with someone with metabolic disease or insulin sensitivity or insulin resistance issues, looking at the training program, that should be quite a simple thing to do. They need a good training program with a combination of resistance training and cardiovascular training to get the best outcomes. From there, you'd start to map out their dietary strategies. What dietary problems will they come into? From there, what psychological issues will they have? What kind of problems will they have in a social setting? What are some ways they can get past those problems? And as you start mapping these out, you start creating a really comprehensive program to help someone with any problem in that particular niche. And please keep in mind that this will keep evolving over time. As you become more and more of an expert when working with these people, your clients are going to give you the actual material that you need to build a better product. From here, what you want to do is work out how can you use the Kahunas app to solve those particular problems. For example, the supplement protocols are a really great place to create easy to deliver solutions for particular physiological problems that someone may come through. So if you're working with competitors, for example, you might have an affiliate relationship with a protein powder and creatine company. You can simply create a protocol in there and assign it to all competitors there, which it will solve their needs and will also bring you some nice affiliate income, which is a really great way to add some passive income streams to your business. For each of the different solutions that you come up with, work out if you're going to deliver it in one of these three ways: one-to-one, one to a small group, or one-to-many. When you work that out, you can figure out what the best way is of dealing with that particular problem. For example, using competitors as the example, a lot of them are going to have self-esteem and doubt issues when they're getting to the point where they're going to be on stage. About 4 to 6 weeks out is where people start to really doubt if they're going to be ready, if they can actually do that. You're generally not going to be able to do that in a one-to-many scenario. A PDF or a guidebook isn't the ideal tool for that. But actually speaking to the competitor and having a counseling session, for lack of a better term, with them is going to be the most appropriate tool. So once you've identified that it's something where you're going to be doing it one-on-one and exchanging time to solve that problem, that goes into your high ticket offering. So by following that process again and again, you can work out what each and every component is of your low barrier to entry, your mid-tier, and your high ticket offering. And this gives you a really, really cool opportunity. This basically allows you to solve these problems in the client's mind in the sales console. So when you're talking to them and they're saying exactly what you need, you can demonstrate to them where it is in your program and also what the value is. If a client understands that you're going to solve their problem and the value that it comes to, you're not going to come up with anywhere near as many cost objections that you have to handle, which is a really nice thing to go through in the sales process when it's really, really simple to get through. So by doing this and mapping out and creating the resources, the solutions, and the guides that you need to have, which you can all deliver through Kahunas, what it does is it basically front loads your work. At the beginning part of building your product, you have to do a whole bunch of work to put this all together, but your ability to then deliver to your audience becomes really, really simple because all you have to do is find out what resource you have for their particular problem and then deliver it. This allows you to basically, after a period of time, to move the majority of your business time to marketing, sales, and delivery, rather than worrying about product development. Develop your product first, And then when you market, sell, and deliver, you'll be able to get far more money with far less stress because you're not constantly trying to solve your customers' problems as they bring them to you. In the next episode, we're going to go into the low barrier to entry product and how to make that work for you in the most efficient way possible.